morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Netflix has been asked to remove offensive content by UAE authorities.
And the UAE visa scheme will actually take effect next month.
Horrific news for Justin Bieber fans. He has cancelled his World Tour, which does mean his upcoming Dubai gig.
No. And
I don't think that's real. You're not showing. That's not fair.
No, I'm not.
There's so many people, the people in the office that sat here for hours trying to get those tickets, like poring over the laptop, phone, getting the tickets, the excitement, and then this.
No,
it did not feel real.
No, I'm legit. I didn't want to scream too much for our listeners.
Okay, that's Simran's upset face. Fine.
No, because I don't want to scream and hurt like our audience's ears. But like, yeah,
if you can do a better sad than Simran, send it to us, please.
Yeah,
a proper sad believer.
We'll take
expression.
I am sad anyway, and then we'll be getting into master your money, inflation, and what that means for you.
Later, we have Malavika Varadan, who's talking all things improving public speaking. So if you're nervous about public speaking, if you have questions, put them into Instagram now, Facebook, TikTok, we'll see all of them. But before then, it's 8:30 in the morning and we are bright. Why are we bright? Why are we excited? Because what have we consumed?
I have not yet consumed, but you have consumed something that every other consumer consumes who's addicted to this.
Speaking of consuming, you have something there for consuming on your table. What are you talking about you haven't consumed?
I haven't consumed it yet. It's just tea and it's just like
it's
hibiscusy. And I learned that it keeps you awake. You want to smell it?
Why is it red? Oh, it's begun. Oh, she's just started it. Wow. I thought we were going to have a real friendly conversation. Coffee, tea, what do you prefer? But Simran Gupta just started something bold.
Oh my God. That's so good. So, this tea is not what you think it is.
Why is it red? Is hibiscus tea red? Dude, did someone put you up to this? Was it Shahir? Ali?
No one put me
Instagram?
up to it.
Was it Instagram?
It was Instagram.
Where'd you get that?
So this RJ Parikshit, you've interviewed him on the show before. So he gave me this. He didn't give it to me. I took it from his house. I don't think he even knows it's gone. I just had to.
Simran Gupta, ladies and gentlemen.
I just had to use it on Casey today, and then it's gonna go back to his
love
house.
it. Oh, that's so funny. I literally thought, for a second, her face was it just went from like happy spirit, it went pure evil. It was just like, and she just went. Okay, so along with that, I've had 3 shots of espresso.
Have you had 3 shots of espresso?
I have 2 before the show.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's why you're awake. Because after the show, I'm literally like.
Can I just say, by the way, genius, because you came in with that and she had tissue underneath it. So it really looked like it was hot tea, because Simran has these hot glasses of tea all over the office, by the way. And her tissues are everywhere. And I'm thinking, Okay. Parik Shivaluchi, that's amazing. Noted. It doesn't feel right. Okay, let's jump into our top story. Netflix has been asked to remove offensive content by UAE authorities. So Netflix in the UAE might look a little bit different for members soon. This was an announcement by the Telecommunications and Digital Government Authority and the Media Regulation Office, and they have released a joint statement directing Netflix to remove the content that violates the UAE's broadcasting regulation and societal values.
So the statement said Netflix has been contacted to remove this content, especially the materials directed at children. Moving forward, the platform will be monitored by authorities to ensure its commitment to regulations here in the UAE, and it will also take the necessary measures if it fails to comply. So that's so important. Not important. It's very, interesting to see how the UAE, they have eyes on all directions, whether it's Netflix, whether it's schools, whether it's university, everywhere, they understand exactly what to roll out. What am I saying? Carry on.
Well, but I see.
Like, is it making sense?
Yeah, you're making a really valid point. Like, we are in, like, there's parts of the environment here that is strictly regulated, and like and this is particularly, they said in the statement, aimed at kids' content. And I'm thinking, in comparison to what I was watching growing up, very tame.
Yeah.
To what kids now have access to. Like, if you turn on Netflix, like stuff is scary. Stuff may not be in line with the kind of culture and society values of the UAE. So then why is it being directed into kids' TVs? We don't actually have more information on what has been, what they have asked the Netflix to remove. But we do know that they're going to be checking on it. And if they don't remove it, if Netflix don't, they're going to take necessary measures. So let's hope and see what happens there. And hopefully Netflix comply and Netflix stays solid, because it's like my go-to.
I mean, that's interesting. Like, OTT platforms have more liberty to put out whatever content they want, right? Like, compared to television. So now it's just how we see that being more monitored now. So, but if OTT platforms are being monitored, they lose their USP of, having having just raw content, not raw content, like uncensored content. So it's interesting how that's going to play out.
100%. Okay, guys, before we jump into our next story, we're having an issue on Restream, so we're going to cut it on Facebook, but we'll be with you right after this short break while the technical team go crazy and we talk about spilt tea.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Apologies for any difficulties. We are back, we are up and running, and of course we're talking all things Justin Bieber cancellation, new visas, and we have Malavika Varadan later in the show talking all things improving your public speaking skills. But before we get into that,
we will get into our second story. So the new UAE visa scheme will actually take effect next month. So back in April 2022, the UAE announced some new changes to the Golden Visa and Visit Visa, which are yet to come into effect. So since the Green Residence Visa has made some changes and the process of applying for the Golden Visa has also changed, tourists also can choose from a variety of visit visas, and all of this is to encourage more people to visit, work and invest in the country.
So if you're keenly watching for these updates and if you want to apply for one of these new visas, they will come into effect on October 3rd. So announced by the Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security, it's launched an advanced services system and it's currently in a trial run.
So let's talk about the 5-year Golden Residency Visa now. So the eligibility for the Green Visa. So the eligibility for the Green Residence Visa depends on salary and qualifications, but it's also open to all skilled professionals like entrepreneurs, investors, and freelancers. Holders will be able to extend the benefits to their family members, as well as will be able to retain their residence status for more than 6 months after the visa is cancelled or expired.
So we're looking into this a little bit further as to what they mean by skilled workers, because of course this is a visa that looks very tempting to many of us. We'll bring you more information on when we have it. The next one is the UAE Golden Visa process. So the Golden Visa now has broader application criteria and it's open to students. This is big news. So they are open to humanitarian crisis visas. The new visa is open to widowed mothers, parents of children of UAE citizens, as well as spouses of GCC citizens.
Yeah, so that is the humanitarian crisis visa, which is open to such people. And the visit visa, there are 3 categories and will be valid for 2 months. So 60-day entry visas for all visitors, 60-day visas for those looking to explore job opportunities here in the UAE, and 60-day visas for exploring business opportunities here in the UAE. So all big news in the visa front. And if you guys got a little confused with that, just make sure you head on to our website. We have the full article written up for you. So it gives you an exact breakdown of what you can expect or what you would want to apply for.
And it's all happening on October 3rd. Now, unfortunately, we have big breaking news this morning, something that's not planning to go ahead on October 8th as planned. Justin Bieber has cancelled his world tour, including his upcoming Dubai gig. I saw Justin Bieber live. He's an absolutely phenomenal performer. However, he's going to just prioritize his health, and I think this is like a lesson to so many people. So he shared the announcement on his Instagram last night. It was fully transparent. It said exactly what he's been going through. He was of course due to perform as part of his world tour at the Coca-Cola Arena in October. However, he said in his update, I'm going to take a break for time being. I need to rest and get better. And we have the full statement.
So this was after his performance in Brazil. He was not able to cope, so he put out a statement saying this after getting off stage post his performance in Brazil, Rock in Rio. After getting off the stage, the exhaustion overtook me, and I realized that I need to make my health the priority right now. So I'm going to take a break from touring for the time being. I'm going to be okay, but I need this time to get better. I'm also so proud to bring this show and our message of justice to the world. But thank you for your prayers and support throughout all of this. And I love you all passionately. It is so sad because, like you said in the beginning of the show, there are fans that were just so excited and highly anticipating this concert and waited hours in queue just to get those tickets, like EQ, but it was still, a long wait. They got the tickets, the happiness, all of that, and now they just now it's cancelled.
100%. I know a lot of people wake up a little bit devastated because, of course, if you're going to see someone you love. However, I think taking these, he mentioned a little while ago he was having health issues, and which is caused by this stress and anxiety. So actually taking the break, it's not easy. Like, can you imagine the pressure of millions and millions of followers? And we saw, Naomi Osaka, who's one of the biggest tennis stars in the world. She took a break for her mental health, and more power to them. I can't even imagine. I feel like coming into work is stressful, especially when you're starting your career. It's scary.
Yeah.
But if you have that can you imagine if negativity on social media, but you have the world directed on you? So to take the break is a difficult thing to do. So I say, take the break, prioritize your health, and come back when you're feeling strong.
100%.
Love you, babes.
You're so. Oh wow. Don't react the way you do, Casey. Don't scare easy. Anyway, but like you said, very rightfully, that he deserves the break, and it's always health above all. So in this case, I was even shocked in the first place how he had the concert going, because a couple months ago he announced this condition, and then weeks followed and we got the announcement that the concert is still going.
Yeah.
And I was like, personally, I was like, is this the best idea? Because you have such a severe condition that it's literally physically affecting your body. And you're still going to go ahead with concerts and high energy requirements and all. It's just very high. You need a lot of energy and a lot of stamina on the stage. You give it your all, and then it's then you have to come back home and rest it out. So I felt like it wasn't the right move for him, but clearly
to come back. So now look, we don't have an official statement from Coca-Cola Arena. It's to be expected that with his taking a break, it's going to include all his upcoming gigs. So when we do have more information on that, we'll bring it to you. Okay, let's jump into our next story. We're talking all about how you can learn to master your money, inflation, what it means for you, and actually we're going to play a little game because we all need to improve our money skills. So join us after this break. We're going to have Shahir joining us on the show, and I'm excited about this one because look, who doesn't need to learn about money?
Exactly. And I think us of all, Shahir and I, we need to learn, and we're going to teach us, give us the tips and tricks.
I'm going to teach you. We're going to talk about how we can improve, right? Because I think there's so much knowledge out there that we wish we had.
Yeah, and everything surrounding inflation, because people have questions, we have questions, and do we really understand what it means?
A little bit. We had Anissa in the office yesterday talking to us a little bit more. Are we going to take a break or are we going to go straight in?
Break.
Okay, sorry, we're going to take a break and then we're going to be with you right after this, talking all things managing your money. Back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we're talking how you can master your money, inflation, and what it means for you. So we live in the city of dreams. It's a city that sells a big dream, and we're hustling to make sure we can achieve ours. Now, to get there, we need to understand the 101 of economics and money. So I'm challenging Simran, Shahir, and you guys to test your knowledge on how inflation impacts the economy. We have a buzzer here. Okay, do you guys want to know how to play?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay, so it's a true or false game. You need to buzz and then say your answer. If you say your answer before we open it up to you to say your answer, you lose a point.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
That doesn't
So
feel
it's
like
going to go in the
middle.
center.
Okay.
Buzz, and then it's a true or false situation. Okay, and guys, if you know the answer, we're going to be looking at your comments coming through on IG and Facebook. So we want to know if you know the answer to these questions. This is all with Standard Chartered, who is helping us learn to master our money. Okay.
Do we get money if we win?
Hands behind the table.
Hands behind the
I
table.
feel like it's fair.
True or false? Inflation occurs whenever the price of any given commodity rises.
False.
Correct.
I'm gonna keep my hand up.
Do you want to elaborate as to why that is false?
Please do, Simran.
I think you said any given commodity. I think it's not any given one. It's overall in general, like if the prices of all commodities increase.
Nearly right with that. The average price of most goods and services rises. Congratulations, Simran. Can you put a 1 up there so we don't forget? So that's 1 to Simran.
One second. Let me just put up the 1 before you ask the next question.
Love this. Shahir, how are you feeling going into the second
I got
round?
this. I got the rest of this. I studied economics in GCSE, so
Wow.
Not really showing. Second question. Okay, it's another true or false. If and when inflation rises over the period of a year, it increases production output in the short run.
True. Oh,
Wait, who buzzed it first?
your hand went first.
Okay. Accurate. The answer is true. Well done, Simran. That is true. When inflation rises over a period of a year, it increases production output in the short run. So 2 points for Simran.
Fine.
Okay. Our next question. And I'm going to make sure my cards are closely guarded. Taxes must decline in order to slow demand pull inflation.
False.
Why?
Doesn't sound right.
Taxes must decline in order to slow demand pull inflation.
False, because it goes up. Taxes go up with everything else, right?
I'm going to give you the point, but the actual answer is false because spending must decline.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, so it's not about the taxes, it's about the spending with inflation.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't help.
So 1 point to Shahir.
But I'm sure. But he didn't
Only
even
point to
explain
Shahir.
it correctly.
I still got it
Well,
right.
we're gonna give it the true or false because these are hard. Jumping into our next question, an example of inflation is when the price of movie tickets have risen in comparison to what it was 5 years ago.
True.
Correct, you got it, Tutu. I feel like that's what we're getting at now. Okay,
Yeah,
2 points
it makes
for
sense.
Shahir.
Hurt me.
I'm sorry.
He literally hurt me. Penalty. There's a penalty card.
Doesn't work like that.
Okay, I think I deserve the point only
Simran,
because of the
concentrate on the
scratches.
game. You're doing really well. You've got 2 points.
Okay, fine.
You're
And I
feeling
got 2
warm. You're
points.
feeling loosened up.
I got
Okay.
it. I think the concept makes sense.
Okay, we've got 4 more to go. I hope you guys are playing with us. A benefit of inflation means that the economy is growing over time.
Yes, because GDP increases, right? Oh my god!
Someone knows how to master his money.
Oh,
Okay, 3 points
yeah.
for Shahir. Next question. Examples of flexible price items include fuel, women's clothing, and fresh produce.
Wait, repeat the question!
True, right?
Why are you telling me?
Because it's like general goods and services, right? That's
Example of
another
flexible
point.
You're
price
Googling
items.
it.
Oh no, I'm adding my points. How can I Google that entire question and in hopes to get the right answer? Sermon buzzer, please.
Let go
Can
of the buzzer. This is not for you. This is part of the game. So we have 4 for Shahir, 2 for Simran. We have 2 to go. So you need the next 2 to tie. And then we'll have to go into our lightning round. Okay. A reduction in inflation can cause a recession.
True.
Correct.
It is true. I knew that.
1 sim.
Accurate. Okay. Final question. 4 points for Shahir, 3 for Simran.
Oh my God.
If Simran gets it, we tie. If Shahir gets it, he wins the game. How to master your money with standard inflation.
Hands
True
back.
or false?
Hands back.
Inflation means there will be a higher demand for credit.
Yes, it's true. Because people need more money because everything's increasing in prices. And final statement, I won.
There's a lightning round.
Congratulations, Shahir. No, he's got it. Shahir is the winner of Master Your Money with Standard Chartered.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Simran.
Did you think Shahir was going to get it?
Economics 101 GCSE for 2 years.
Okay, explain the last question again.
So the last question was people need more credit, right? People need more credit because everything's increasing in prices. So for example, if you want to buy a house and you take a loan, you're going to need more money for the loan because the price of the house increases. I'm not sure if houses in general are one of the flexible goods and or services that are included, but you will need more money to pay your debts basically. Sorry.
Okay, guys. Thank you for playing. A massive well done to Shahir. And it's safe to say we've all learned a little bit of something. Now hear from Carla Slim, who's the director and economist of MENA Regional Research as Standard Chartered Bank, as she explores the driving forces behind rising inflation in the region. Also, don't forget, follow Standard Chartered Bank on Instagram, Standard Chartered UAE, for all tips. We're going to be with you right after this.
Simran, a handshake, please.
Our region is not immune to the global inflationary pressures we have seen. If we look at the GCC bloc, on average, the GCC inflation is rising from a low base and is yet to peak. In Dubai, we expect inflation to increase further given the housing component lag effect on CPI.
Welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show. Our guest today is a professional public speaker, conversationalist, a TEDx speaker, and the woman behind the viral video which you talked about recently, 7 ways to make a conversation with anyone. She also helps young people in the public speaking space. Welcome to the show, Malavika Varadan. How are you doing?
Oh, good. Thank you for having me.
you.
Thank you for having me, you guys. You're awesome, by the way. You're awesome.
Thank you.
So are you.
Yeah, when I think about disruption, it's such a big word that's thrown around so much, but I think you guys are just that. You really changing the space. Yeah, good on you. Good on you.
Thank you. You came in with so much energy, and we always start the show like very sublime, chilled out. And it's like you hosted the breakfast show on City 1016, like I think a couple months back.
Well, it was almost 2 years now.
2 years
I left
back.
radio in 2020, but yeah.
Okay.
I did it
feels
for a
like
decade,
months.
so it's kind of in my blood now. I can't shake it off.
Tell us about your career so people can get to know you a little bit. Tell us about your decade as a radio presenter. When did that start? Did that start here in the UAE?
Yes, it started here in the UAE in 2008. I was hired to do a weekend show, which is literally like the algae at the bottom of the pond on the radio spectrum, right?
Really? I love weekend radio shows. That's so
You
interesting.
listen?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a radio fan.
Yeah.
But I was hired to do this show on the weekends, and then over time I moved into doing breakfast, and then I was hosting the breakfast show for like over a decade. And then I made a bit of a daring decision in 2019 to buy a drama school from 2 friends, which is an odd kind of business to buy, I guess. It's not manufacturing or one of those kind of businesses, right? But I bought it over anyway, and I ran it for a year while doing radio. And then I said, okay, look, this business needs both my hands. And so I quit radio, and now I'm a full-time dramapreneur.
What a cool story.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
So, I mean, for you, I mean, making conversations comes very naturally, very fluent. So you had your TED Talk on just making conversations. How did that all come about?
So I think one of the skills you have as a presenter, and you guys know this better than anyone, is that you have the ability to meet somebody and instantly create a connection with them. Because I think what you're really selling on radio, on television, on media, right, is you're selling this, the vibe of a conversation. You're selling this relationship that you've created, right? And so I thought when I was asked to do a TED Talk, I thought about what I could claim to be an expert at. And I felt like this was something that I could claim to be an expert at. Like I make conversation with strangers all the time. And so I thought, okay, what if I put down a little step-by-step process of how you can make an instant connection and make someone feel like they're your friend, and make other people as well feel like, hey, that's the kind of friendship I would like to have,
And it's so cool. Like, obviously it was a little bit of time ago, but the thing about these TED Talks is that they go viral and they have a reaction. TED Talks, I think, are nearly like podcasts, that you'll recommend one that actually that had an impact on your life. So what type of reaction do you get to this day about that video?
It's crazy. So when it first came out, the only person I sent it to was my sister. Because I was like, I don't know if this is nice. I'm like really cringing watching it. It's a bit you know how you feel when you watch yourself on camera, like you watch yourself on film. And then it slowly started to pick up. So I think this was 2016, late 2016 when the video was out. And then 2017 and 2018, it started to grow and grow and grow.
Wow.
And then I started to get like a request for podcast interviews, and companies were using it in their trainings for salespeople. And I got a bunch of different brands from around the world saying that, hey, we use this as part of our training, or we use this to start our meetings off. And I was like, okay, so clearly there's a story there that people want to hear, and I can see why. I think in a world where people are constantly hiding behind their screens and it's really hard, it's increasingly isolated, especially post-COVID, I can see why making conversation is so difficult for a younger generation, right?
So true.
We'd much sooner text somebody than go up to them and say hi.
Like God forbid you'd have a phone call, much prefer the WhatsApp, 100%.
Exactly.
So I stumbled upon this video. So I typed in conversations and small talk on YouTube, and it was after I had the most awkward encounter with some, like my friend's friend. It was just like we had to make small talk, and I'm just like looking at their face because I just didn't know what to talk about. So the next time, like, I need to YouTube this because I'm an amateur. And then yours was the third one that came up, and like, of course, familiar face. I click on it, I see the 21 million views. And so it was like insane the number of views you have on that video. But apart from the tips you gave on the video, what other do you have since then? Have you learned of any other techniques or any other hacks, conversation hacks?
Is this for like awkward small talk? So when you're like in a situation where you might... How about we see someone on Instagram, we see someone in real life that we kind of know because we follow them on Instagram, so we don't really know much about them in real life. How do you make that less awkward? That happens all the time.
I think you got to start with the presumption that people actually want to make human connections. I think we go into any space thinking that, oh, who's going to want to talk to me? They probably want to be left alone. And yeah, sure, maybe they do. But like, I think more often than not, people are excited to meet new people, right? And when you meet someone new, and if you say something to them about their work, I'm sure wherever you were, even if you were grocery shopping and in your pajamas, if someone came up to you and said, hey, I watched that story that you guys posted, or I saw that video and I loved the way you did that interview, or I thought that was a very insightful conversation. Of course, you're going to receive that well, even if you're feeling a bit awkward in that moment. So I think to start out, to know that people actually do want to make a connection now more than ever.
And you made the decision to kind of jump from radio into the Hive and into kind of like encouraging public speaking at a time when people are more insular than ever before. Do you think that there was a connection in the timeline there that like people are working from home and they actually need this help more than ever, especially kids?
Absolutely. And I think more and more young people, and I think, people my age as well, are starting to understand that with their children, of course, it's important for them to know coding. And of course, it's important for them to know math and science. But really, what's going to take you ahead in life, in the workplace, in relationships, is your ability to understand human beings and to be able to make meaningful connections and meaningful conversations, right? And emotional intelligence, being able to read a room, to be able to look at someone and say, okay, I think I know how you're feeling and I can see why. Those are all the values that drama and public speaking teaches you. And I think that that's where the Hive is a great value add to children's lives, because I think in a world that's constantly talking about facts and figures, here's a place that's asking you how you feel, and that's so important.
So powerful.
Goosebumps. Literally. So you are a woman who's done everything. You're a traveler, like she's on solo trips. You are a radio jock. You are a writer. You teach drama, so you're a teacher as well. But I want to know, from your time in radio, what did you take away from, like, what was that big learning you took away from radio that still stuck with you?
I think one of the biggest things that I took away from radio that I use in the public speaking space now, right, is to really know your audience. To really, really know who your audience is. And I think that's a powerful tip for anybody going out there to make a presentation today, for example. Let's say you have to go into a boardroom and make a presentation, or even if you're just meeting your manager, or a bunch of managers, right? And you need to pitch an idea to them. I think to really understand who your audience is, where they currently are, and where you want to move them to, I think that knowledge is of paramount importance. Because otherwise what ends up happening is that you have all this information in your head, and you are the expert on your subject, and you know everything there is to know about this little bubble that you've been working on. And so what you end up doing as a public speaker is that you just go like, here you go, here's my head, now figure out what you want. You data dump, you just dump everything you know on them, and they don't know what to take out of it. So what's important to understand is, where is this person or this audience right now, and where do I want to move them? And if you know that here's this journey that I need them to make in this next 5 minutes or this next 10 minutes, or the pitch that's going to last 30 minutes, then I think that's half your job done.
Interesting. That's so powerful. So this is like public speaking 101. I love these little tips that you're dropping. But if you're working primarily with kids, do you see that like kids and adults have different ways of approaching public speaking? Are kids more reserved, or are they in fact much more confident?
The younger they are, the easier my job.
Yeah.
Because I also do public speaking lessons for adults, and I'll tell you that I spend 80% of my time unlearning, right? Because, sorry, there you go. Teaching them to like unlearn all of the things that they've been taught so far. So all the things that we do with our body, for example, you're standing in front of an audience and you're doing this, or you're doing this, or you're fiddling with your hands, or you've got your body kind of standing a bit funny. So all of this is the stuff that adults need to unlearn, whereas kids just walk in and they're like, become a tree? Okay, cool, I'll be a tree. Become a monkey? Boom, I'm a monkey. So they're so open to ideas the younger they are.
That's cute.
Because isn't public speaking one of the biggest fears that adults have?
Yeah. I think 70-something percent, 75% of adults have a fear of public speaking.
One of them.
Yeah.
Say, cannot stand in front of a group.
And look at the work you do.
That's in front of the camera. That's okay. But like in front of people, I think the same goes with a lot of radio presenters, right? Like you put a mic in front of them, no one's in the room, fine. As soon as you put them on a stage, that's when goes down.
I can understand why, and I still get butterflies. I was sitting outside right now thinking, wow, like these Lovin Dubai guys are like really cool. Like I hope they think I'm cool, right? So I mean, I guess it's normal to have butterflies, but what's an interesting fact is that more people are afraid of public speaking than they are of death.
Yeah, 100%.
Isn't that weird?
I'm so one of them.
Yeah.
Well, how do you think they figure that out? Do you think it's because we put more time and emphasis in being scared?
Yeah.
On public speaking, we just don't think about death.
Yeah. You just, I mean, you're like, that's far away. But public speaking is tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Interesting. I'd rather die over public speak. I'm one of them. But I want to ask, can conversation and dialogue solve everything? Like you're having a bad relationship issue, you're having a bad workship issue, like anything. You think conversation has the power to solve it all? Or sometimes do you feel like there's only so much it can do?
So I think it's not a black or white answer, but I think what conversation does is it offers you clarity on whether you want to keep the conversation going or not, right? So even if it's a workplace issue, right? So if you need to have this conversation with your boss or with your manager, I think it offers you the clarity at the end of that conversation of, okay, cool, do I want to stay? Do I want to leave? Is this something that's worth my time and effort and resources? Like, what am I prioritizing? What do I need out of this? Am I getting it? If I'm not, I need to walk, right? So, of course, action is important. We can't just keep talking all the time. But you also need clarity. And sometimes if you don't talk about it, you're never going to get that clarity.
Communication is so important, and I think this is incredible. So you're running the Hive now, and if people want to find you, if they want to get in touch, if they have more questions, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people may have specific questions for them or for their kids, how can they find you?
Well, they can find us at Live at Hive, that's Live, like live, at Hive, as in bees. So you can find us there, or you could follow me or send me a DM, Malavika Varadan, and we start a new public speaking course for adults, actually. Middle of this month, so
sign us
up. See us there. Guys, this was the incredible Malavika Varadan. She's running the Hive right now. If you want to get in touch, you have her deets. Thank you so much for being an absolute bubble of energy this morning. We needed it, and you were the one who brought it. So thank you so much, guys. That is it for us.
Thank you. You're doing great work, by the way.
Bye. See ya.
Hello everyone, it's Hala Bassam from Smashy TV. Are you interested in the latest tech and business news in the region? Then make sure to check out our show Tech Bil Arabi on Smashy TV app and on our website www.smashy.tv. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Smashy TV. Smashy TV for the driven, the dreamers and the doers from Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.